Anyone wanting to go to a pub or football match may have to show a vaccination passport from September. The rules are being considered by the government despite a backlash over Boris Johnson's plan to make nightclub revelers prove they are double jabbed. Asked whether drinkers at other venues would also need to prove their status, his spokesman said, "The Prime Minister talked about the sort of areas we were considering, and nightclubs are where there is significant evidence we have at the moment. But we're going to use the coming weeks to look at the evidence, both in the UK and globally, before making a specific decision." He also refused to rule out whether football stadiums would be included but suggested closed indoor settings, where alcohol is consumed until late at night, are the most likely to be considered. Business Minister Paul Scully also confirmed the government is not ruling anything out, adding, "We're saying nightclubs and also larger ticketed events as well." Seething Tory rebels and civil liberties campaigners have vowed to fight the passport plans, which could begin in nightclubs in 6 weeks' time. Proof of a negative test will not be sufficient. Tory MP Charles Walker declared he will vote against the plan if it comes to the Commons after the summer recess. He said, "I suspect we will start off with nightclubs, and by sometime in the autumn most hospitality venues will require a vaccine passport. We'll see whether that will stave off lockdowns in the autumn and the winter. I suspect we'll get both vaccine passports and more lockdowns." Former Supreme Court Justice Lord Sumption said the move was completely unnecessary, given the high rates of vaccine take-up across the UK. And Professor Sir Jonathan Montgomery, who chaired the Ethics Advisory Board for NHSX, a joint unit of NHS England and the Department of Health, on its contact tracing app, warned that ministers need to be wary about where incentive meets coercion. He said, "Maybe this is more like hanging a carrot out. If someone would like to go to a nightclub, then they need to get vaccinated." But it raises the question about the impact on people who can't get vaccinated for medical reasons, or ethical reasons, or people who just don't want to get vaccinated. Critics also pointed out that being vaccinated is not a guarantee of being coronavirus-free, with around 40% of hospital cases having been jabbed. Scientist Carl Heenahan suggested that if the government is worried about crowded spaces, they'll end up demanding medical evidence for people boarding London's tube. The deepening row comes as coronavirus infections continue to surge, with a further 46,558 cases recorded in the UK yesterday.